Hey, this is Pat, and today we are checking out the Alpinestars T-Dyno Air riding jacket. Now, the T-Dyno Air is designed for hot weather riding, someone who is out there that may be on a commuter bike or a street bike or just out there on a cruiser. Really cool asymmetrical design, especially on the women's version of this jacket. It has a really cool asymmetrical design to it, really out of what Alpinestars typically does. Still has plenty of Alpinestars logoing throughout, which is very much so on brand for them, but has a very classic vintage vibe to the overall jacket styling, but it is still using mesh, it is still using some of their Nucleon armor, and it's still using a 450D polyester main construction. So for the $270 price point, it's a solid option with a little bit of a different style than we typically see from Alpinestars, being more of a sport-oriented company, a little bit of a different style from them. But first up, I have Norman here on my left wearing this, but I'm actually going to talk about our female model on the screen right now. It's Gabrielle. She is 5'4", 120 pounds with a 33.5-inch bust measurement, currently wearing a size small, which is actually the size she would wear and go out riding with. Has plenty of space for a back protector should she add one in there, but all the fitments in the riding position are fitting her spot on, which is true to what the sizing chart is recommending for her bust measurement. Now back to the men's version. I have Norman here on my left. He's 6'3", 220 pounds with a 44-inch chest measurement, currently wearing a size extra large. Now that is very normal for Norman within Alpinestars line. Alpinestars and Norman's fitment is usually extra large across the entire board. However, if you look at the sizing chart, that measurement for his chest actually puts him in a 2 extra large, but he almost always fits in that extra large. And I'm the exact same way with my 44-inch chest measurement. So if you are looking at that sizing chart, go down one full size from what they're recommending, and you should be spot on. You should be at least a lot closer to what the recommendation is from the sizing chart. As you can see, Norman's got a little bit more space in the front, but he also has that space in the back. If he should add a back protector, it's going to take up a decent amount of that. But let's start up at the top, work our way down. One thing I wanted to call out that I didn't call out at the top, this is coming at the $270 price point, which is just above the entry-level price point. Typically from Alpinestars, we see their most basic jackets come in around that $200, $220 price point. So for the overall styling here and the features that you're adding in with the mesh and everything like that and their Nucleon armor, it's coming up at $270, which is about right. It is a CE level A rated for abrasion resistance throughout, but it does have CE level 1 Nucleon armor at the shoulder and elbows. But let's start up at the top, work our way down, see if it's right for you and your riding style. We have a single snap up at the collar. One thing I will call out is there is no snap back system or any way to haul that over to the side. So if you are wearing it, it is open. It might be flapping in the wind at highway speeds. Keep that in mind, but it is an 1.5 inch tall touring style collar, commuter style collar, whatever you want to call that. It's a little bit taller than a sport style. It's not quite up to the touring style, so it's right there in the middle, but it is about 1.5 inches tall. And that's when you start to see a lot of the asymmetry or a lot of the coloring come into play. You have the racing stripes running down from the collarbone, but front and back of the collarbone is where you get some of that polyester mesh to help that airflow go through. Really nice to get that breeze going through on those hotter days. It's going to go up to your chest, flow over your back, and help that exhaust all that hot air out of the back as well. Coming down to the sleeve, underneath of the shoulder and at the elbow as well, you're getting their Nucleon Flex Plus armor. This is CE level 1 armor. It is very malleable. It's very thin. It's very ventilated, very breathable. We see them use it in most of their jackets out there, so I like using it. This is actually the shoulder, but I'm just holding it up here. This is the elbow, but I'm holding up to the shoulder just to show it off on there. Very malleable. I love that Alpinestars introduced this armor to replace their old traditional bionic armor, which was a little bit on the classic vintage side as well. It was a little bit too thick for riding conditions out there. Pulling down the sleeve, what we're going to see is you get that racing stripe going down the outer edge with the asymmetrical A-Stars logo that isn't on the other side, but you get the mesh running down most of the sleeve, which is awesome. It's really going to flow all the air, especially to your armpits. It's going to help cool you off on those hotter riding days, and you can see all that mesh going down the inside. No adjusters or anything like that, but you do have the mesh just to help flow it through. So again, that's where that CEA rating for abrasion is coming in, more of lower speed around town, around the city, just because a lot of the sleeve is going to be covered in that mesh on the outside as opposed to a super beefy material running down the outer sleeve in those prone zones. Not much pre-curve to the sleeve, a little bit of pre-curve, but enough for any riding position that this can be upright. You can be in a more of a cruising style or even a sport bike position, whatever it is. But you do have a 2-position snap adjuster, and then you also have a zipper on the underside. Just be careful if you are someone like myself that rests on their tank at stoplights or when you're getting gas, you might want to just protect it from the actual gas tank because that zipper as well as the snaps might scratch your paint. Coming back up to the chest, single Velcro or single zipper entry down the entire front with a little bit of a protector down at the base so you don't scratch your tank in the riding position. But I really like this chevron style racing stripes across the front with the Alpinestars logo. I really dig this style. Again, it's a little bit more asymmetrical with the women's version, but I think it's really cool. A lot of brands tend to just mimic each side, so I like that Alpinestars is trying up a little bit more asymmetry. And you also get 2 hand warmer pockets, and again, this is all 450 denier polyester running down the remainder of the front, so it's just the mesh up at the top. You can go ahead and turn to the side, hit that riding position. At the riding position, one thing to call out, you do have 3 riveted air vents on the back. Again, it's all mesh, so it doesn't really matter to have them in there, but it is cool to call out. Racing stripes in that 450D down the side, and you do have 2 position snap adjusters at each side. I'm just gonna clip that back in if you need to pull in the hem a little bit more. You can go ahead and spin it to the back. Top of the back is that mesh, just like we saw in the front, almost very similar to the front's design with the asymmetrical chevron with the Alpinestars logo, and then 450 denier polyester down the back with, again, plenty of space for a back protector in there. We always recommend that you add one in just to make sure that it is more protected while you're out there riding. The back can be the most prone thing in the event of an accident to get hit, so you want to make sure that you're adding it in there and adding it into the pocket in there. One other thing to call out, drop seat down below at the base. That's gonna be great if you're in a more aggressive riding position. It's gonna keep everything covered so you're not showing anything off that you don't wanna show off to the car or the riders behind you. You can spin around, let's unzip, show them the interior of this jacket. At the inside, you're gonna be, no surprise, a full mesh liner all the way throughout. Really make sure that you are fully getting all that air flowing through the front of the jacket. You have pockets to add chest protectors if you want. It's a split style chest protector if you want. You also have a stash pocket over here and a waterproof compartment pocket over on the left-hand side. And at the back, you do have belt loops. Should you want to connect these up to your riding pants, you should be able to do so without any problem. You just loop it in to your belt around there, and then your jacket and your pants are connected as one in the event of an accident. You gotta zip that up. But all in, when you're looking at the T-Dyno Air, it is gonna be something aimed at summer riders out there. But really, if you're looking at the style and it speaks to you, this could be a solid option within your line, because I think it's something that Alpinestars doesn't tend to do very often. So I like where they're going in this direction. It is CE level A rated, so it's for around town, but you are getting that CE level 1 Nucleon Flex Plus armor throughout as well. But if you have any other questions about the T-Dyno, go ahead and click that info button. It's gonna take you over to the product page where you can read other rider reviews and see what other riders are saying about this new jacket. Don't just take my word for it. If you still have questions after that, if you're confused on sizing, specifically with the men's or the women's version, give our customer service agents a call. They're all riders, happy to help you get set up for your next ride. I wanna thank you for joining Norman and I and checking out the all-new Alpinestars T-Dyno Air jacket. I'm Pat, and I'll see you in the next video.